Mike, you think this will make the air?
I don't know. We'll have to see what the editors have to say about it.
I didn't get a chance. I think I did get a chance to apologize to your face,
Well,
but
you apologized on the air to me.
yeah.
You apologized to me when we played golf earlier in the week. I take that. Things happen sometimes.
But I felt like I needed to do it in a public forum. You came in last week. We did TinChattin, and then I'll say technical difficulties, but really an error on my end prevented us from making it to the air last week. So Justin Prince got to pinch hit on TinChattin last week, but we got the real thing back and in action. Play-by-play voice of the Fort Wayne TinCaps, Mike Maahs. My name is Peter Hood, and Mike, not only are we back, hopefully, if you're watching this, it made it to the air, so that's a good first step. But also, Mike, we're back at the ballpark after a couple weeks in the studio. Some COVID protocols slowly but surely starting to be eased here at Parkview Field, and it allows us to get back to the place that we love to do this segment.
Oh, you are not kidding, Peter. It's so great to be back home. In fact, I used that as one of my lines to start my broadcast on Tuesday night. I referenced Dorothy's phrase in The Wizard of Oz. It's so good to be home. It's so good to be home. And for you and me, it's so good to be back here at Parkview Field, the gem of the Midwest in terms of minor league baseball.
Yeah. Obviously, good for the TinCaps to be back as well. Struggled against Lake County last week. We obviously, Justin and I talked extensively about that last Friday. But they return home, get a couple of wins on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Tough night on Thursday. But overall, Mike, your thoughts on what you've seen here on the homestand?
Well, remember the TinCaps took 3 out of 5 against West Michigan. They took the first 2 games of this series against Lansing 13-1. And that was the Augustine Ruiz show when he tied a Fort Wayne franchise record for most runs driven in a single game with 8. The 3-run home run, the grand slam home run, and the bat hop single, which produced another run. And then on Wednesday night, coming from behind not once but twice to beat the Lugnuts 6-3. Thursday was just one of those nights. It was a role reversal from Tuesday night, because it was Lansing that had the 2-run home run in the first inning and the 2-run home run in the third inning, and they went on to win 12-1.
One of the bright spots in what was otherwise a pretty dismal performance on Thursday night, Dwanya Williams-Sutton, his second home run of the season, hit a big one against Lake County last week in a game that the TinCaps won. I believe that was in the top of the ninth inning. And on that note, Mike, our first ever special guest here on TinChattin, we're going to welcome in Dwanya Williams-Sutton.
I didn't get to do spring training that much, and I didn't even think they were going to be able to send me out here at the time, but I mean, I'm glad they did, and having a few at bats over these last few weeks has brought me into the rhythm, and then now I'm feeling good at the plate, and hopefully I can continue doing that throughout the season.
As you assess yourself a couple years into your professional career, right now, what do you feel like your biggest strength is as a player, and what do you feel like your biggest weakness is as a player right now?
I think my biggest strength right now is, I would say, being a team player, just lifting up my teammates, giving them high fives, not worrying about myself like at the plate, because I want to see everybody have success. And biggest weakness right now, I could sharpen up on my defense a little bit. So that's my biggest weakness right now, I feel like.
Obviously, one of your strengths that we know of, you don't mind taking pitches. We've seen you take a couple to the rib cage, a few to the elbow. I mean, you've been hit pretty much everywhere at this point.
Sure.
TinCaps fans, I think that might be what you're best known for. One of the things you're best known for, getting hit 4 times in one game. And I think you have the single season record, if I'm not mistaken, for hit by pitches. But is that something that has always happened to you, or is it just kind of a coincidence that's been the case during your time in Fort Wayne?
I think that's pretty much happened to me my whole life. People trying to go inside on fastballs 0-2 because they think I can't hit it. So I'm trying to prove them wrong this year. So I'll hit some hard ground balls to my pull side and make them back off a little bit. So I don't think I'm gonna get hit that much this year. Hopefully that's somebody else's job.
What's the worst place to get hit by a ball?
I would definitely say like the inner part of the arm.
Like the funny bone?
Funny bone, and when you like check swing and then the ball just hits you right there, it's just not a good feeling.
Yeah. How long does it take? Like when you get hit with that game, you got hit 4 times in one game. How sore were you? How long did it take for you to finally start feeling normal again?
I would say like a week. I had a big hump on my left side, like literally. My agent was like, "Yeah, I got to send you Evo shields," because I wasn't wearing Evo shields at the time. Because I don't like that. I didn't like that feeling on my arm, but I had to get used to it because I was like, I never want to feel like that again.
You know, one of the things that TinCaps fans might not know about you, we know that you can take a pitch, you can wear a pitch, but you were also a multi-sport athlete in high school and a very good one. Talk to me about your upbringing in sports. I believe you played soccer and basketball, correct? And what ultimately, was baseball your first love, or was one of those sports your first love?
Basketball was my first love growing up because I've been 6 foot since I was 11 years old. I was dunking when I was 12, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to be the next LeBron James in the NBA. Like, I literally thought I was supposed to be like 6'7", which my little brother, he can have that. He's 6'5", and he in 9th grade. But, yeah, basketball was my first love. And then in high school, they thought I was really athletic. It was like, you could play soccer. So they tried me out. Foot skills was actually pretty good, put me at forward, and then I led the state in goals in North Carolina. So it was fun.
Was there any interest from a recruiting standpoint for soccer, for basketball, or was it always baseball that you were focused on?
I mean, I had like little like D2 schools, low major D1 schools like coming at me, but it was nothing like that would persuade me to go to soccer. Like, I don't think I could do that much running at my size.
Yeah. So you go to East Carolina. Obviously, you have a really good freshman season, and I believe, was it your freshman season when you guys won the regional?
Won the regional, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't realize though, like East Carolina, really good baseball program. No.
I mean, they ranked number 8, number 9 right now. So I mean, we've been doing good every single year, and our coach Cliff Godwin, props to that guy. He's been doing a hell of a job with his guys throughout the years.
You're from Wilson, North Carolina, correct?
From North Carolina, yeah.
Give us an idea of what it's like being brought up in Wilson, North Carolina.
It's not, I don't even know how to explain it. We got a couple stores. Everybody know everybody. Rumors. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just a small little town. Nobody ever hears about it.
And so, I mean, Fort Wayne probably feels like a huge city to you, doesn't that?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely bigger than it reminds me of Charlotte, North Carolina, if I had to be honest. I love Fort Wayne. It's a cool place, chill vibes. I mean, people are nice going out to stores and stuff. They're like, oh, you play for the TinCaps? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Just good vibes all around. I mean, I love Fort Wayne. I wish we can explore more this year because it looked like they added on to Fort Wayne as a whole. And hopefully when they let up on some of these protocols, we'll be able to enjoy ourselves a bit more.
Our thanks to Dwanya for joining us here in TinChattin. Mike, any closing thoughts?
I think, Peter, right now, the one consistent thing about not only the TinCaps, but maybe all of what we call High A Central, is that I think most everybody is consistently inconsistent, because this is a new endeavor. Everyone's always been used to going to spring training in 1st of March at the minor league level. That didn't happen this year. It wasn't until April. And now you got these other situations that I mentioned earlier about 3 buses instead of 1, staying in the hotel. Hopefully some of those restrictions will go away. And then everyone's going to take a collective sigh of relief, and then hopefully everybody will be happy and we'll have some fun family entertainment here at Parkview Field.
Yep. And again, TinCaps wrapping up a 6-game series against the Lansing Lugnuts this weekend before they head back out on the road to take on the South Bend Cubs next week. Of course, Mike and I will be back here next Friday to break it all down for you in TinChattin.